Welcome everybody to another CTC software webinar. Today we're going to be talking about the CIM Manager Suite, and I'm just going to do an overall overview of it and show you some of its capabilities. So mainly a PowerPoint-based presentation today. My name is Tony Crick. I'm the Civil Product Manager here at CTC Software. As we go along here, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the questions panel, and we will get to them after the broadcast if we don't have time during it. And also this broadcast will be recorded to our YouTube channel that you can view and share later. If you have questions while watching that, go ahead and enter them there, and we will get those and respond in kind. So with that, let's get started today. So as I mentioned, we're talking about the CIM Manager Suite of tools today, and it's used for CAD management for design and survey, and it's really intended for CAD managers or Civil 3D users supporting a production team, and will work in the last 4 versions of Civil 3D back to 2021. So Civil 3D and AutoCAD production management staff are going to find great benefit from the CIM Manager Suite. The suite offers tools for automated line type creation and editing, drawing object tracking, managing styles, creating and editing, drawing and object layers, as well as editing and managing survey description keys and figure databases. And today we're hopefully going to give you an understanding of some of the key features of CIM Manager Suite. And with that, you should learn how you can streamline your project management, improve collaboration and organization for your team, and utilize it to optimize your efficiency and productivity. So the Manager Suite consists of the 3 tools really: the General, the Layer Boss, and the Survey Template Manager. And they're really meant to manage your drawing templates and your survey databases. So the first one we're going to focus on is our General tool. It has our line type manager in there, which is light blue, so it's free. And we have our template tracker, which helps to track down the use of objects in their layers, their line types, their blocks, their text, dimension, multileader, and plot styles. Then we have our style manager, which will let you edit all of your Civil 3D styles in a single grid format. So anything we could do natively, we can do that. Instead of one at a time, we can do that all in one location. So our line type manager is created to help us kind of overcome some of the line type creation inefficiencies which exist in Civil 3D itself, and AutoCAD for that matter. So we all know that custom line type creation can be confusing, as you can see from the graphic there. It's entering numbers, taking a guess. It's really slow, and then you have to bring them in, and we don't know what they look like till we actually draw it, and that creates a lot of error and a back and forth. So what Line Type Manager will do for you is it will bring up an interface like this, and we can see our line types instantly. We can see what they look like in there. We can import existing line types right from our drawing. Then we can create and add line types to a drawing from there, and we can save and share those into a custom LIN file. Our editing interface makes it easy to get in there and enter the data we need, which is similar to the way the AutoCAD text file works, but we can see it happening. So we allow for lines, spaces, text, shapes, anything you want to put in there. And then, like I said, we can see that in real time. So no more back and forth on that. So kind of a easy way to create line types, share the files, and make your own customs from there. And template tracker. So Civil 3D won't find your objects in one place. We have to hunt and peck and push buttons and look. Template tracker is going to show where all of those are being used. And then it will let you find and swap drawing layers and Civil 3D styles, any items within those styles. We can see where text is being used, where dimension, multi-leader, plot styles are in use. And we can find where blocks are used, and that includes in AutoCAD styles and in Civil 3D styles. Then we can edit those, we can change layers, swap blocks, a lot of different things we can do there. When you open, you're going to get an interface like this. We can select our objects, which is text styles, dimension styles, multi-leader styles, line type, plot styles, blocks. So you choose which one you want to see. And we have filter selections, which helps you narrow it down. So as we see in the graphic there, that we have alignment styles that came up with the style. And we can find out where blocks are used. As I said, we can do all of those things and then delete, swap, edit, and purge according to what they're for. And then Style Manager. In Civil 3D, we can't really get at all of the Civil 3D styles in one place. We have to pick through those. We have to pull them up one at a time. We can edit what we can in there and then go back. So our Style Manager will find that stuff easier for you and not have to spend all this time doing it, which really we don't want to waste that much time when we're setting these things up. So Style Manager, when we open it up, it's going to look like this, and it's going to give you the option to select all Civil 3D styles. And again, we can filter things, we can replace and compare to an existing drawing, and we can do all that in one place. So when we go to do a replace, we get a window like this. We have some more options in there. And we can find what? As you can see there, find standard. We can apply it to the name. We can give it a prefix, a suffix, some different options right there. Oops. Let me go back to that. I clicked too fast there. There we go. So then here's our compare window. So if we just want to see what our difference are, if we're comparing, let's say, an existing drawing to one of our template drawings or the other way, we can do like this, and then we'll see highlighted differences, and we can apply those right away if we want to right there. So a lot like the replace window, but this gives you the opportunity to check them out. And then too, we can also export. Oops, I hit the wrong button there. Here. And we can also export that out to a file, and we can edit all of the same stuff within an Excel file, and then bring that in to compare against our drawing. So I'm going to do a quick, I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but I'm going to jump in here real quick because I think it's easier to show you in a drawing what it looks like and pick through it than slides. So let's go with template tracker right here. So here's, as I talked about, here's template tracker right here. Now here's our objects, and we have this list to choose from. So if I want to find out where any of these layers are being used, I can see right there that that's being used in this entity for a polyline. So lots back, 0. A lot of stuff comes in by default from AutoCAD on 0, and you probably want to change those, or you have changed those, or something just isn't looking right. So I can right away do a filter that looks at every Civil 3D style in there and see where layer stand or 0 is being used. I can narrow that down in a number of ways by entering text in the filter window right here. So as you see some of these things, layer 0 is being used in this block for crow's feet. So I can swap the layer right here. So you just have to go through here. The things it can do will come alive when we see this. I'm looking for, we can delete layers too if they're not being used. So if I was to change this, swap that layer to this A building layer, if I click that, I'm going to get this window right here, which has every layer that's in there. So we have all our layers. If I change it to this one, I say OK. And now I see this one isn't being used, and now I can delete this right here. So some of those really difficult things to get out of there that you're trying to purge and you can't get it, you don't know where it's being used, we can find that right here and delete these. We can do the same with our text styles, our dimension styles. Our line types. We can change line types on the fly right here. We can find out where they're being used and we can change them right here. So we can swap a line type right here from any line type that's loaded in your drawing. We can go pick them right here. So let me close that and let's take a quick look at Style Manager. So Style Manager is going to look like this when you first open it up, and we have a couple of options here. I can look at it to what the Civil 3D tool space looks like, or I can sort them alphabetically if I like. If you're doing things and you don't really know where it is on the tree, but you know what you're looking for, you can find it easier that way. If you're familiar with the Civil 3D tool space tree, you can have it look at that way. So when I look at this, they're going to come all collapsed. I can open them all. I can open everything up right there. So every Civil 3D style that's available is in there. If I want to look at just one of these, I can. I can select these individually. And as I pick through here, you can see I'm getting, this will get me all the label styles. This will get me the note label styles. This will get me marker styles. This will give me all multi-purpose styles. And then I can filter it down even further by just layers or objects or labels. So now you see those other ones went away, and all I have is my label styles. So another handy way to do this. So if I needed to change anything right here or find it, I can come in here. I can say find what. Let me close that real quick. Open these back up. I'll grab every single thing that's in there, come and highlight right there. And now that's every single style, table, label, marker, you have it. So if I come in here and I want to find just and replace just standard, I could do like this. So let me close this and let's do a search for just standard. Oops, how about 1S in standard today? So now I'm seeing everything named standard that's in here. So if I wanted to change all of those to have a CTC, I could do that. If I want to give it a prefix or a suffix, I can do that. So if I do this and I apply it just to the name, as we saw in the PowerPoint, I can click Add to All. 161, we get a report like that, and it shows right here. So red means that it's changed, and it hasn't been applied yet. until I hit apply, it won't change in my drawing. And I can just hit the undo to revert back. And compare works the same way. We go get our spreadsheet. What spreadsheet do we want to look at? And it lists the sheet, the tabs that are in the sheets that I can compare it to. Do I want to match by the name or the handle? And then I can do it in this drawing. I can do highlight the differences. Not sure what this is going to do, but I can highlight the differences and I can compare right there. So quick rundown on what Style Manager looks like. Yes, I want to discard those changes. So let's jump back to the PowerPoint. There, I found it. Okay. So moving on. So Layer Boss. That's one of our other tools. I should have had a picture up there, but Layer Boss, what can we do? So Civil 3D object layers, manage one at a time, per drawing, per template. A layer manager creation is also one at a time and slow. And we can spend a lot of time managing layers, which is very time consuming and tedious. And it can ultimately create some inconsistencies for our drawings and drawing to drawing, project to project. And the settings aren't easily controlled externally and are mainly drawing based. So Layer Boss consists of 4 separate tools in there: the object layer tools and the drawing layer tools to export and create. And we can export the Civil 3D object layers right from the drawing and right into an Excel spreadsheet. And then we can bring those back in into our drawing from our Excel spreadsheet, which will then update our drawing. So the other 2 in Layer Boss are our drawing layers and our create and export drawing layers. So we can manage those settings again in an Excel spreadsheet, the same as we can with the object layers, and then sync them back into our drawing. And it will update our property manager right on the fly, our layer property manager. So Layer Boss exporting looks like this. So when we export our object layers, we're going to get an interface that looks like this. We can choose from the current drawing. We can browse to an external drawing. And we're going to see ultimately when we export all of the object layers and their assignments. And we can change those within the drawing, or we can change those in an Excel sheet and bring them in. So if we're going to export them, which we're doing right here, we go ahead and we set our path to where we want it to go. And then we're going to tell it to go. Actually, this is the create and edit. Once we've sent them out, we'll send them out with the previous one. Let me jump back to that. I think I confused probably you out there. So with this, we're going to export to the Excel drawing. And then we're going to get an interface like this, which we can open right away, which we can start editing from. So once we've made our edits, then we can go get that file, and then we can bring that into our drawing. So we'll go get our file. We'll set where we're going to bring it into an additional drawing or into the drawing that we have open. And then we're going to go ahead and set it to create new layers if that's what we're wanting to do here. And then we're going to hit the next button. Or if we don't have one, we can hit the open sample file and we can start from scratch if we need to. If you didn't export one, you can certainly do it right here. We don't need to have exported one to edit it. you'll get a blank, completely blank one, which you can start to edit from there. So the next opens this report window right here. And the color text is going to show you what differences there are between the file that you edited and what you're bringing into your drawing. So what your drawing looks like versus what your file, your edited file looks like. And when we see red text, that's an error. And we will not be able to say OK right here. We're going to get an additional error that won't allow us to load that. So we need to then go open the file in Explorer, File Explorer, open your Excel spreadsheet, and then correct that. In this case, the object type is alignments, as you can see right there, but there aren't alignments, it's alignment. So it's telling you that's an error. So something was entered inadvertently in your Excel file. So we can correct that, and then we can, once we got that fixed, we can select OK, and it will update the drawing. So export drawing layers in Excel. It's the same process as the object layers, except for this one, we can select from the current drawing. We can pick layers that include the XREF, and if you have any layer states in there, we can include those as well. And as you can see from below, we can also add additional drawings if we would like to by hitting the green plus. And we can even use layer filtering. So if we wanted to filter our layers of what we wanted to export, we could, if we wanted all survey, V dash layers, all civil, C dash, we can limit it by that too. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a layer filter that you have created. So basically the same process. When we do our create sync, we've exported it, we've edited it, we've got it to look the way we want it to look. We've made all our changes, and now we want to hit the next button, which is going to bring up this window. Again, the same report, but a little more robust here. So some of the things that have changed with the layering we can see, and this will work in a way with Template Tracker as well. We can see that we're going to get new layers at the top there, the blue ones. There's 2 new layers we're going to get. There's something wrong with that layer name in the updated layers. So again, we won't be able to continue with this. And then we can leave our file open and edit it once we get it there, and keep hitting the reload button to make sure that everything has been fixed before it goes. Once there are no more red text there, then it's okay to hit OK and move on. I'm moving on to our survey template manager. So I think we all know, any of us who have done survey work have found out managing description keys are really difficult. They're either done in the tool space, not the table space, the tool space, or right in a Vista window. And the keys are edited and created one at a time. And we take a lot of time managing those keys. It's very time consuming and tedious. And they're only present in the drawing for edits. The settings are not easily controlled externally, and they're not smart. With Survey Template Manager, we can export those keys. The same process we used for our layer boss and our exporting of the and importing of the layer boss is all the same. So we can export the description keys right to an Excel spreadsheet. And we can create and edit those on the fly. As I mentioned, they're smart. So we have different keys set in there. The blocks are ready to go. We can just grab those and go. And same with the survey figure database. We export the figure database to an Excel spreadsheet, and then we bring it back in, and we have reports as well. So when we open it, we're going to get this, and we can pick from, this will show us any of the description key sets that are present in our drawing. We select what that's going to be, and then we hit export. Once we export it, we're going to get our Excel spreadsheet. We'll choose to open that, and we will get that right here. And as you can see from the graphic down below there, we have the code, and any of those that have the little pull down on there, we can get at right in the drawing. So we can change the layers that are available at the time of export, any point style labels, blocks, and really anything you can do with a description key set, we can do right in our Excel file. So once we hit our export, we're going to get this, and this is what I was talking about, the open. So we choose to open the files, hit yes, and we get the table that was shown below. And the description key set, the description key set to import them is the same process. We open it up, we go to open the Excel file, and the report, after we hit next on the other one, the report will display just like the other tools with the same stuff there, indicating what's new, what is updated, or where our errors might be. So again, we can fix any errors that exist. Oops, I'm back up. Any errors that exist right on the fly, and then bring them in. Darn it, keep hitting the wrong button there. So again, we get our report of our changes to be made right there, giving us one last chance, saying we're good to go. We hit OK, and then they go in there. So that's it for our overview of our CIM Manager Suite. We're currently at version 25.3 in our Manager Suite. We also have our CIM Project Suite, also at version 25.3, which is intended for everyday users. If you don't have it and you would like to get it, you can contact your local reseller or contact us directly here at CTC Software, and we'd be glad to help you out that way. And also, if you have any ideas or need any help, please contact support, and we would be very happy to help you out there as well. So with that, thank you for joining us today. I'm going to stick around for questions if you have any, but otherwise, I appreciate you hanging out with me today, and if you are interested, you can sign up for any future webinars going forward. So thank you.